This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview. Joining us today for this special feature on Stonepark is John Teeling, the chairman of Arkle Resources, and Gavin Birkenhager, the geological consultant. Welcome to you both. It's been a little while since we spoke, but welcome back. John, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Yes, thank you very much. I'm doing okay. And Gavin, hello. Are you doing okay as well?
Yes. Morning, Mark. How are you doing?
Yeah, very good. Thank you, Gavin.
Beautiful morning here in Dublin. Absolutely beautiful winter morning. Bright sun, about 5 degrees and no wind. Very unusual for January, but nice.
Perfect. Yes, that sounds perfect. That sounds very good. So, John, I want to just come to you first. You've had some news from Stonepark, and it's the fact that drilling is set to begin at Stonepark. I wonder if I can just initially get your feelings, your thoughts on this piece of news.
We're delighted and that because drilling is what we want and what the market wants. And we believe that the Stonepark resource has excellent potential. To put it in context, Stonepark is surrounded right across the road from us. You have the huge Glencore discovery in Pallasgreen, about 45 million tons. To the southeast of us, our partner Group 11 have some very, very good results in Carrickittle, and indeed half of the drilling that's going to happen on Stonepark relates to that. And to the east of us, South 32, the Australian company, is also drilling. So we're in a very good position that way. And from our view, I think we have always said that there is a mine. Given the 45 million tons that there is in Pallasgreen, and given that we have 5 or 6 million tons of high-grade material, that by itself is adequate for a 6,000 to 10,000 ton a day, very large zinc mine. So it will happen. The question is where, when, more than where, but it is certainly going to happen. So we're delighted with this. We like what Group 11 are doing, in that it's exploratory again. We need to expand the resource. 5 or 6 million tons is okay in some countries, probably not in Ireland, of about 11%. That's very good lead zinc, particularly if zinc is at $3,000. So that's very high value in the ground. About $300 per ton of ore in the ground. That's a lot and would be very viable if the size was there, the volume was there. And what I like that they're doing in particular is they're drilling one hole to try and expand the resource we know in the north part of Stonepark. And then they're drilling 3 exploratory holes. You'll see Gavin will talk to that. I'm sorry, Gavin, I'm taking your thunder. And 2 to test the extension. So I like what they're doing. And we would agree strongly with that. We wish them it'll take a while because some of the holes are deep, like 750 meters. And it's a good test of the resource in an area that is a huge zinc province.
Okay, good. Well, Gavin, yes, let's talk to you now. I think it'd be nice to perhaps just refresh what Stonepark is all about. I know you have a presentation, and then we can talk about the exploration program that is going on at Stonepark to, as John said, expand the resource, but also to explore for some further resource, really. So over to you if you want to just take me through it, and I'll ask some questions as they come to mind.
Sure. Yeah. So as a recap, Arkle's 3 main projects is 2 gold projects that we have and Stonepark. So this is what we're focusing on today is the Stonepark project. We already have an inferred resource over 5 million tons, grading at 11% combined lead zinc, and this is right next door to the Pallasgreen deposit, which is 45 million tons at 8%. So strategic location because we're on the sort of western wing of this, and we've got basically huge potential to grow this deposit. So, and that will be part of the drilling program going forward. So, if you can see here this map, we've got in Pallasgreen deposit next door to our licenses. Our licenses straddle the edge of the Pallasgreen and deposit and effectively go through it, and what we've got is this western limb of it, and it needs a lot more drilling to build on that deposit, and that's why as John was saying, we believe we've got one of a major undeveloped lead zinc deposit here. But also part of this the Palace Green deposit is this Palace Green corridor, which is a geological corridor that's been identified, and we have this other prospect, the CARRICKITTLE prospect, which is really exciting, really interesting area. So this is just a little image of the current deposit. The green areas here is where we have the inferred resource, but as I said, needs a lot more drilling to build that resource. We have these pink areas which we would love to drill as we go forward, and some of these areas have been selected to drill. So.
Okay. And just on Palace Green, can you just give us the picture of Palace Green, what that project is all about?
So Palace Green is a low lead zinc deposit. So it's probably the most one of the biggest lead zinc deposits undeveloped. Well, it is in Europe, but almost in the world. And the significance is we're right next door to it. So.
Do you believe some of their resource could spill over into your licenses, perhaps?
Exactly. That's why, this is probably what our flagship project, to be honest, because we're right on the edge of one of the biggest lead zinc mines that's yet to be developed. And we hold a strategic part of that. But not only that, is that we already have a part of a resource on it, but also we have the potential for even more and an extension of that whole geological environment.
Okay. If I could take a minute, Mark, because I've been associated with Palace Green and with Stonepark now for probably 25 or 30 years. Palace Green is owned by Glencore, which is the massive minerals and oil trading company in the world. It is the largest exploration project because Glencore doesn't do exploration; they do production. And Glencore is probably the second or third biggest zinc producer in the world. Now, it's a magnificent deposit to have in your inventory because if you start to run out anywhere else, you can develop it. And as I said, it's probably 6,000 minimum of. There's been a kind of a pre-fees done on Palace Green because in a different company years ago, we had a stake in it at 6,000 tons a day, which would make it a big mine by world standards. But as Gavin said, it is a very big deposit, and it's a 25-kilometer strike length. They were drilling. They had maybe at one stage they had 22 rigs on it. It was down to 8, and I don't know what's there at the moment. And what our colleagues in Group 11 are doing, they're trying to add to it to see that this could be an entire big zinc province area stretching from Carrickkittle through Stonepark and into Palace Green. Okay. So Glencore are the dominant persona in this whole area. And they are a major zinc player.
Do you know how long it took to prove up the Palace Green deposit? Just to get a feel for how long it might take Group 11 and Arkle.
Oh, this is going for a long time, Mark.
Yeah.
It's gone through numerous owners. We got involved with them when it was owned by Noranda, and they were big in Ireland. Noranda sold to Xstrata, and Xstrata then in turn was sold to Glencore. So this happens in the mineral business, and all the time the resource has been exploring. Their average grade is about 8%, so they would like it higher. And hence, one of the other attractions, I'm sorry, Gavin, for doing this again, is we're a combined 11%. So we have some really high grade, including some 25% mineral in it. Okay. And it would make enough. It's only a couple of 100 yards away. So it would make total sense to take the two, if and when they decide to do that. And it would increase the average grade of the Palace Green deposit. So okay. I agree. It's our flagship project.
Okay.
Sorry, Gavin.
No, so essentially the Palace Green deposit is only one part of this major trend, and there's already so many signs along this trend that there's other pods of mineralization and whatnot. So who knows what's underneath here? It could be major. You can see on this slide here that Palace Green is sort of in the shallower area, nearly 50 million tons, and we've got these strategic ground. And as John says, it will be a bit deeper. We're going 750 meters, but the geophysics and the seismic that's been done shows that we've got all the right structures, because this mineralization oozes up through these major faults and deposits itself in and around the contact between the ABLs, we call it argillaceous bioclastic limestone, and the Walsartian reef. So we're looking at that contact, and it's quite a strong contact that you can see in the geophysics. So that's where we're focusing on. And the conduits for this mineralization to come up are these major faults, which we can also see in the geophysics. So these targets that we're selecting, they've been looked at, and we believe that they are probably the best targets that we can focus. Well, it was a significant hole that we did previously in the last couple of years was the Kilteely hole, and although it didn't get significant lead zinc results, it had this major intersection of over 230 meters, which was full of mineralization, full of iron sulfide, and this was hugely significant because this is exactly the same kind of mineralization that you see on the peripheries of all the big lead zinc Irish type deposits. So that's why when we're going to go into this drilling, it's going to be down at the CARRICKITTLE area, which is along this Palace Green corridor. So the upcoming drilling, as I said, six holes. There'll be 3 short holes, but there's these 3 main holes that we're focusing on, which will be down here. So this is on south of Palace Green, on through the corridor at this area here, CARRICKITTLE North and CARRICKITTLE West, and that's where these two sort of deep holes will be focused on. And you can see our block here, which is in blue. We've also got commitments to keep all of those licenses, and so we've selected these other drill holes based on geophysics and geochemistry. So they'll be short holes, exploratory holes.
So geophysics, just on how you chose the target, so geophysics and geochemistry.
Yeah.
Can you maybe explain a little bit more? There's a lot of work gone into.
Yes. So there's thousands of soil sampling that's been done over that area. We've had the TELUS survey that's gone through that area. There's a huge amount of work gone into the magnetics and gravity and laying over radiometrics. There's also historic work from tech, some seismic work. So it's a huge amount of work in regards to reviewing the historic data and putting it all together, pulling it all together, trying to relate that data to other deposits in Ireland, and trying to see where is going to be because obviously this is an expensive business doing these deep drill holes. You want to select the best targets possible. So and out of this proposed drilling, these are top targets. And as I said, this first hole that we're proposing here at CARRICKITTLE North is 750 meters, is a step out, 250 meter step out from this major mineralized zone that we got a couple of years ago. And this will probably be the most exciting because we're hopefully moving into what we hope is another major deposit. So.
If I could interfere again, and I shouldn't, is what we have here on CARRICKITTLE North is an extension of what Group 11 have been doing on their adjacent license to the south east, so just south of this hole. And they have been marching with drill holes from a place called Ballywire with a very good result up to CARRICKITTLE itself, which is literally across the border of our license there. And they have some very strong results in CARRICKITTLE. And so their belief is that the deposit moves northeast, and hence the Kilteely hole was very significant, and it fits into their model. So there has been fairly extensive drilling historically and in recent times on CARRICKITTLE adjacent to this license, to this group of licenses. So they're going to test this with the 2 holes. So the first one is CARRICKITTLE North. Sorry, fellas, for interview, but I've been kind of connected with it for a long time, and we know the CARRICKITTLE deposit.
No, that's okay. That's okay. And just on. You say it's step out drilling, Gavin. Is that to try and add to the current result?
Yeah. So the Kilteely hole, as you can see in this cross section here, the Kilteely hole that was done a couple of years ago, we're basically moving along strike 250 meters. That's what we say a step out from that. In the projected areas where we think where this mineralization is going down dip, so that hopefully we're moving into where the mineralization actually is, rather than out towards the periphery of it.
Okay.
So, and it's the same with the stepping out towards the west as well. This is basically projected from the historic tech holes there, where this black matrix breccia. So this is one of the other targets that we're focusing on, is this black matrix breccia, which often is loaded with mineralization, and some of the historic holes here where we got, nearly 3% of 1% lead zinc. It's low grade, but it's obviously the right indications. If there's lead zinc in the black matrix breccia, then we know we've got it, and we just have to go step out, as we say, step out in a long strike, and hopefully find where it swells out. So that's the second hole that we're focusing there. The third hole, then we'll go back up to Stonepark North and look to another 100-meter step out from the existing resource, and that's just building on the Stonepark resource. So
some parts of that was very high grade.
Yeah.
So they're looking to extend it. You can see the red near the end. And some of the drilling we've done over the last few years on this is to try and extend these pods. And this one looks particularly exciting. It hasn't been drilled out to the east of Stonepark North. So we've 3 pods there: Stonepark North, and Stonepark West. And so this is to try and extend Stonepark North. But there've been some very good results there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully we can, as I said, look to increase our resource there. So yeah, and as I said, the other 3 holes will be exploratory holes on the other licenses. So
okay. So
yeah,
those exploratory holes, are they not as exciting, or what's the objective with them?
Yeah, as I said, we have numerous options at the moment for the exploratory holes, and we're just sort of take it as it comes. But we also review the results as they come out of the 3 major ones, and that may change things. But have to be adaptable in drilling as well.
So from kind of my viewpoint, I like the 3 exploratory holes, because essentially we are kind of lunatic explorers, and if you're moving out towards the east, right adjacent to it, there is a very good Australian company called South 32 that have taken the ground to the east of us and are working in that area. This is a very good company that it spun off from BHP some years ago, and really good company in zinc. And they are drilling out here to see what we have out, as I say, out towards the east of this. And they're, if you like, early stage exploration holes. Anything can be fairly exciting, but close to it. So we're close to the areas of Group 11 to the southeast of us, Stonepark to the east of us, and Palace directly to the northwest of us. So I think these 3 particular holes, these 2 in particular, are very exciting for us. And this one here is another one that they're testing, but they're early stage. And again, for a junior explorer, it's the kind of stuff you love to do. Now, you'd like to hit, but this is what gives us the romance and the mystery and the hope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see on this map here, I brought back this map here. You can see there major step outs from where we're working in, but it's still the right area. We're in that Bolsortian reef. We've got the right indications with the geophysics. We've got the right indications with the geochemistry. So, and as John says, they're a bit shot in the dark there, but that's the most exciting thing, because you never know what we're going to find there. You could hit something big, but so yeah,
okay.
Looking forward to that. So I guess as a summary, we're going to start drilling as soon as possible. These 6 holes, about 2,300 meters. As a quick update on what we're doing with the gold licenses, is that we will review the data from Mount River. From the previous drilling, we did a lot of drilling before. We've got a lot of core, a lot of data that needs to be reviewed. We're going to plug that into a 3D model. We're also going to acquire some hyperspectral data and some more magnetic data over the core, and we'll probably do some more analysis of the core that we got in Mine River, and feed that into a 3D model, and that will hopefully identify some new targets for further drilling at Mine River, and going into Q2, we'll hopefully we're going to do some more exploratory along our gold corridor at Mine River with some more XRF work, which has proven to be, work extremely well. And of course, and at that time, we'll hopefully have the results from Stonepark, and they'll hopefully be very positive, and that will feed into the 3D model there. And it's a really exciting time.
Okay. And when do you expect the drills to start turning?
Very shortly. In fact, the initial, there's various things that you have to get now, like government approvals and things like that. And with people not in the office, it takes a little bit longer. But as far as I know, they have the approvals. The drill is ready to go, and the drilling should start imminently. I said imminently. It was hoped by now, in fact, by the last week of January, but it certainly will be within 1 or 2 weeks.
Okay. And it's expected to take until about the end of March, is it, or the end of quarter one?
It'll take 12 weeks, yeah, because they're deep holes. Each of the big holes, excuse me, each of the deep holes could take 4 or 5 weeks, Gavin, at least. And then the short holes will take, days, a week or so. But the 750 meter holes now through the ground will take time. And if you allow a month or 5 weeks for each of those.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they will, they expect to have the drilling finished by end of March, April, and the analysis will probably take a while. And as Gavin says, you'll feed it into the model they have.
Okay. So just a final thought then, John, from a stock market perspective and an investor perspective, the market did like the news on the drilling there at Stonepark. What kind of news flow can you expect? Will you be delivering it as and when the drilling is progressing?
I'd love to do it, but I suspect not. I have to be fair with you. I think the situation, we are a partner with Group 11, and we're dependent on how they want to release the results.
Okay.
And ideally, we would release them as they become available. But I think you better expect that it could take. Don't expect too much before the end of March.
Okay. Well, it's good to have that expectation. And in terms of other news from the other projects in the company, something coming with the gold projects, maybe?
Gavin, end of quarter one, we should have the model.
Yeah, it is all about availability of this equipment, hyperspectral equipment. So as well, so I think that might be March as well.
Okay.
It's a 3D model, yeah. And at the moment we're fully funded at this particular stage. For the projects we have going, and if necessary, we've been informed that there are some warrants there that will be taken up by those. They've already indicated that they will be taken up if and when the money is needed. Okay.
Well, it's good to get that update. I know we've not spoken in a little while, and obviously there is plenty of work going on throughout quarter one and quarter two. Maybe the market can start to see some results from that. So thank you both very much for giving us that update today. John Teeling, the chairman of Arkle Resources, and Gavin Birkenhager, the geological consultant.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like, or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter, and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.